Hello everybody, today we are doing a new video in the intermediate level of the Bitunix trading course series. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about the charting on the platform, which is directly integrated through TradingView to make it super convenient for you. And we're just going to go and do an overview of a couple of the main important things to know about the charting. And then we're going to dive into some details. I'll teach you some cool and interesting stuff. If you guys don't know too many chart patterns and indicators, I recommend, doing a Google search. There's many resources to learn more about detailed chart patterns, etc. But for now, we're just going to go over how to use some of these tools. Okay, so we have a candlestick chart that you can see here. Up top, we have the time frames. Okay, so I can go to the 1 minute Bitcoin chart. So every candlestick is a minute. Or I can go to the 5 minute. Here, every candlestick becomes 5 minutes, or 1 hour chart. And then I can, of course, go to daily time frames as well, right? Where every candlestick is 1 day. So it depends on the time frame that you want to trade, right? This is a little bit more longer to medium term. If we go over to the short term, right, this is going to be much more for quicker trading. Now, keep in mind, right, this is the same for spot trading and futures trading. The charts are the same, work the same way. However, the actual things you are trading, right, are a little bit different. So for example, we have, spot Bitcoin, right? And here we have the BTC USDT futures contract. And what's really cool here is for either of these, right, for any pair that you choose on Bitunix, it's going to show the Bitunix last price. Okay, so it's directly tracking and doing the candlesticks based on the last traded price directly on the Bitunix platform. So it's not taking any other chart. This is really the chart that's being drawn by the traders on Bitunix, which gives you an extremely accurate overview of what's going on in the market. So there's also a couple of good things to know. Here you have an auto button, right? This will lock in the chart in place and scale it properly. If, however, you want to move around more, you can just unclick that, and then you'll be able to move around however you want. You can just click that again, or click on the options here and just click auto fit data to screen. That will lock it back into place to make it a bit cleaner again. Okay, there's some other options you can choose, like regular, percent, logarithmic, etc. But those are very specific details that most people are not going to need. Now, we have the volume here at the bottom that you can see and track. You can also make it full screen if you want to really get focused in on your trading. Then you can just undo that at any point. You can also modify, here you have last price or mark price. Okay, the mark price is going to take it from this right here, and then the last price is going to take it from here. Now, in terms of drawing on the chart, right, that is going to be on the left-hand side where you have all your tools. So, for example, you have, your regular trend line. For example, here I spot a downtrend line, so I can go ahead and draw that in, and I have different options to choose from, right? If I want to put a horizontal line, I noticed some support over here. I can go ahead and put that in. You can change the colors, the size of the actual line, and a whole bunch of options, okay? But here we're just going over the basics. And like I said, if you want to learn more about specific patterns, like here we have, a descending wedge. Of course, go look that up on Google, right? Look up different chart patterns, and you can find images that'll show you like 10, 15 chart patterns, and then you can kind of study them and try and replicate them when you're live trading. But this is where you're going to draw some of these lines right here on the left side, and then you have other options as well. Right here you have more advanced things like Fibonacci retracements, for example. You can also just clear that out by hitting Control-Z on your computer. You also have a brush tool, right, where you can draw specific things. So let's say you spot, for example, a head and shoulder pattern, like there is one that formed over here, right? And then we got the drop. Well, there is that as well, right? You can also put a vertical, line. So for example, here I can extend this out to the drop, and you'll see that was an extremely accurate drop here from the head and shoulders pattern that was spotted. You can also choose from different types of tools in terms of, shapes. So there's like a rectangles tool if you need to draw in a range. We have circles if you need to target anything specifically on the chart. Curve tools, which I like to use a lot, right? So this is an easy way to draw a curve on the chart. And of course, I encourage you to test out and play around with these things, right? But this can really be very, very valuable stuff to help you in your trading. And just a whole bunch of tools to choose from, right? You can draw text or call outs if you need to draw anything on the chart. Right here on the BTC chart. So I could go ahead and, just draw that in, BTC, click OK. Whatever you need to draw on the chart. Let me go ahead and clean a little bit of this stuff up by erasing it. We have, more advanced patterns that you can draw, such as the Elliott wave pattern that I like to do sometimes. This is going to be someone that I think almost everybody should use. For example, the long position and the short position. We also have different date and price ranges that will automatically, be set. So for example, we can see what is the exact price percentage move that we bounced here at 0.5%. Then we fell back down again. This can be a really good tool to see patterns in the market, okay? So for example, we can see, the average bounce here that we're getting on BTC is between 0.5 and 1%. We can also, pre-plan out trades with these two tools right here. Let me actually favorite both of these because I think every trader should be using these tools. So for example here, if I want to do a short position, right? Let's say when I saw this head and shoulders form, I wanted to create a short position. I would have put my stop right here, for example, at 0.15, and then I would have targeted out like we did based on the extension here from top to bottom. So if I would have planned this out right, I could have drawn out my my target around somewhere like this, right? And let's say we target 0.9%, and I would have perfectly caught this trade, and I would have a detailed guide on where to put my stop and where to put my take profit. At that point, I would just come over here, right? Set my limit order or my market order, whatever you would want to do, and then set the sell, take profit, and stop loss. Or in the case that I was shorting, right, I would choose the buy, take profit, and stop loss. I could put in the exact numbers, just come over here on the chart, see what the price is, right? Let's say put the stop at 41825 for Bitcoin, and then I would just come here, stop loss price 41825, right? And then I could put in my order already set, ready to go with proper technical analysis. This is of course for intermediate players. By the way, I'm up a lot on that Dogecoin trade. Let me go ahead and close that. Little bonus there for you guys watching this video. But yeah, that is how it's done, guys. And once again, you can do this on the flip side, right? If you want to, for example, do a long position, right? Let's say you think here we're about to bounce back above the trend line. Same thing, right? Just go ahead and place this, choose the long position instead of the short position, and map out potentially till where you'd want to hold your trade. Let's say somewhere right around here, right? Same thing. You could either just set this just for you to have mentally. So right now, let's say I'm happy with these profits. I could exit because I'm about halfway through my profit target, or I could actually set these trades out through an order. That way it is set and I don't have to think about it or worry about it. So these are two things that I would recommend everybody to get used to: long position and short position. Some other stuff that is cool to use, you can use the measure tool, right, to directly measure these price moves and whatnot and the time frames. Some other more advanced tools, but that is the basics in terms of those tools that you have on the side there. And then when you just want to move around, right, I just recommend you use the cross tool. There are a couple other options, but the cross tool is usually the easiest to use. And once again, right, get familiar. You can modify the candles, you can modify the indicators, you can modify the colors. There's quite a lot of stuff that you can do with these TradingView charts, and it's all available to you directly on the Bitunix platform. So you have your price on the right side, and you also have on the horizontal axis the time, okay? And of course, right above that, you have the volume. So just to repeat that one more time, on the upside here, on the right side, you have the price down, but at the bottom here on the horizontal axis, instead of the vertical one, where is the price, you have on the horizontal one the actual time that's going by, right? So this is pretty straightforward. If I go ahead and choose a 30-minute chart, or actually maybe this is easier with like a 5-minute chart, you can see here that from here to here, that is an hour or 30 minutes, and you can see right for 30 minutes there is going to be 6 candles between each time frame. Okay, so hopefully this gave you a good overview of the charting on the Bitunix platform, and I encourage you to learn and try more about it because this can really help you place better trades. Thank you for watching.